Are the New York Giants finally catching a break? Adam Schefter of ESPN thinks so, and we're going to react to what he had to say on ESPN. Before we do, though, I want you to be honest with me. Get down in the comments section. 5.5 wins for the Giants this year. Type O for over, type U for under, and let me know. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and we are just a couple days away from preseason game number 2. We're going to be doing a watch party on that show, so make sure you're subscribed and you tune in Saturday evening. Adam Schefter on ESPN talked about why Giants fans should have some hope for the upcoming season, saying, I can give everybody a little bit of hope for the Giants fans, all right? We have the Eagles now dealing with an injury to their Pro Bowl guard, Landon Dickerson. We have drama unfolding in Dallas involving Micah Parsons in the front office. We don't know if and when a contract is going to get done. We've got a similar situation in Washington with Terry McLaurin, who can't get paid, and there's a disagreement over his value. So there are some important, significant issues surrounding all the other teams in the NFC East. The Giants inevitably will have some, but they don't have any right now. And it's about damn time, man. There's been so much drama, a circus, the offseason hard knocks, the Saquon Barkley saga. There's been so many distractions surrounding this organization. To see it happening to every other single team in the NFC East, it feels good. Like, when is the last time the New York Giants caught a break? I was seriously trying to think of it while I was getting this show ready to go today, and I couldn't think of one. So if you have one, the last time the Giants caught a break, let me know in the comments section. And, I'm curious because I can't put my thoughts to it. I don't know when it's last happened. And it feels damn good to see the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders not paying their best players. First time? Yeah. The Giants, not only did they pay the wrong player a lot of money, which I don't want to go too far into, but they also let Saquon Barkley go. And while I may have agreed with the process there, and I still think the process was right, the results, unfortunately, they were not. Outside of, the bad things happening to our NFC East division rivals, we all feel the shift at 1925 Giants Drive. So it's not just the outside noise that Giants fans should be hopeful for success this season. We've been following this team since minicamp, to OTAs, to training camp. Something about this team feels a little bit different. Adam Schefter saying this. They have a defense, and with that defensive line, that I think is going to be better than people realize. And if Jackson Dart turns out to be the quarterback they believe and hope he is, why can't this team have a significantly better season than people were expecting at this time last year? And before the show, I was talking to producer Andrew, are we just drunk off the hype? Is 5.5 wins for the Giants really the number? It feels so low. And I think, the people that seriously cover this league are starting to see what we've been seeing over the last couple of months. This team has legit talent. The feeling from the coaching staff and downward from the front office is bleeding onto the football team. And it feels different. And we know if the Giants are going to win games like we want them to win games, it has to be the pass rush. You've spent the most money there. You've made the most investments there. And we know if you can control the line of scrimmage, you can control football games. Brian Burns, I'm sorry, I think he's one of the best football players in the National Football League, and I think he's become severely underrated. He was awesome and dominant in joint practice against the New York Jets. I don't have to say much about Dexter Lawrence. I think Kayvon Thibodeau is going to have his best year in the NFL. Abdul Carter is doing things that we've never seen rookies do to All-Pro and Pro Bowl left tackles. And Chauncey Golston as your fifth pass rusher, that's a great piece. If you can't block this football team, you're going to have a hard time beating them. And I love that. And maybe it's the nostalgia kicking in. The Giants feel like the Giants again. My whole life growing up, the Giants had a dominant defensive line. They dominated the interior. They controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. I do think the Giants' offensive line is improving. Still work to be done there. But this is a defensive line that can wreck games and just seriously change the trajectory of success for this organization. Adam Schefter adding this. If I had said to you There's hope in Washington this time last year. You wouldn't have believed it. You would have dismissed it. And the Commanders wound up going to the NFC Championship game. And already there are signs of encouragement in New York for the Giants that tell you that this has a chance to be a better season than people realize. Adam Schefter, you've never said truer words. And are the Giants kind of due? We've seen this division be flipped on its head year after year after year. There have been 7 times where a team since 2002 in the NFC East has gone from worst to first. 2006, it was the Eagles. In 2012, it was Washington. It was the Eagles again in 2013. It was Washington again in 2015. And the Cowboys in 16. The Eagles in 17. Then Washington again in 2020. And reminder, there has been no repeat division winner in the NFC East since 2004. Unfortunately, the Giants aren't a part of that graphic, which tells me maybe they are due. And maybe thinking that they can go from 4th in the NFC East to number 1 in the NFC East is a little bit delusional. And you know what? I'm okay with that. But I do think there is a world where they can maybe double, or dare I say triple their win total from last year. I'm not going to be shocked if once the season's over, the Giants were 8-9 or 9-8 or something along those lines. And I get it. The schedule's tough. No doubt about it. But the NFL is such a not only year-to-year league, it is a week-to-week league and sometimes even a day-to-day league. Last year, everyone would have penciled in the Denver Broncos as a win on their schedule predictions. Well, they ended up making the playoffs. Why can't the Giants be the Broncos of last year? Why can't the Giants be the Commanders of last year? First 8 games are going to be tough, no doubt about it. But if you can get past that, there are some winnable games on that schedule. Niners are beatable. Bears are beatable. Packers are beatable. Patriots are beatable. You can steal one from the Commanders. Vikings, Raiders, Cowboys. All of those games, the Giants can win those games. Will they win those games? I'm not saying that. But I believe from week 9 to week 18, the only game that I'm kind of writing as a loss right now is Detroit. And maybe that's a trap game for them. And you guys know I don't even believe in trap games. That's the most crock of shit I've ever heard in my life. But am I going to be shocked if the Giants beat the Bears? No. Am I going to be shocked if they beat the Pats? No. The Vikings have a rookie quarterback in J.J. McCarthy. The Raiders are the Raiders. Yeah, they got a new head coach in Pete Carroll. That's just a Band-Aid over a ward of an organization. And the Cowboys, they're the Cowboys. Is the schedule tough? Absolutely. But you know what? Giants are going to be a little bit more tough than people anticipate. If you want to see this team win the NFC East this year, hit that thumbs up icon, and let's go. How can the Giants win the NFC East? We did a full video on this a couple of months ago. Go check it out on the channel. We'll just go a little rapid fire here. I'm sure a lot of y'all didn't watch that. Not even watched every video. You're going to need some help. And what do I mean by that? Kind of some stuff that you're already getting. Maybe Micah Parsons sits out a couple of games. Maybe Terry McLaurin doesn't play week 1. Maybe some injuries happen to the Philadelphia Eagles. I think it's 4 years in a row. A running back that led the NFL in carries the following year did not play well. Who did that last year? Saquon Barkley. Then it was Derrick Henry. Then it was Jonathan Taylor. Are the Eagles going to be completely healthy again? They had every opening day starter. All 22 starters in week 1 were healthy and ready to go in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, except for one, Nakobe Dean. We'll see. You also got to do something on yourself. Do something for yourself. You got to be the best pass rush in the National Football League. If this team has any shot of winning 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games, you need Brian Burns to have a career year. You need Abdul Carter to win Defensive Player Rookie of the Year. You need Dexter Lawrence to do Dexter Lawrence things. You need Kayvon Thibodeau to have his best year in the NFL. And I don't really think any of that is all that unlikely. You also need your offense to show up. And the way that happens is Russell Wilson just does what Russell Wilson did just last year. I'm not asking him to turn the clock back to the Seattle Seahawks days where he threw over 40 touchdowns in a year. Just be the guy that you were in the 6 starts that you had for the Steelers when the season first started and you took over in week 7. The Russell Wilson-led Pittsburgh Steelers from week 7 to 13, first 6 games of the year, 5-1. It's pretty damn good. 28.6 points per game. If the Giants can average 28.6 points per game, they will win the NFC East because they could arguably have the best defense in the National Football League as well. Maybe there's a middle ground between the first half of Russ and second half. I'm cool with that. I'll take 6-6. I will. We've got a couple more thoughts on today's show, but you guys should get hooked up with this t-shirt. Chatsports.com/bigbluesale. Chatsports.com/bigbluesale. This shirt, it's on sale. It won't be forever. Take advantage of the deal. Click this link. It's in the comments and description. You're also going to need Malik Neighbors to continue to grow and just stay on that same trajectory that he already is. I think he's the top 7 receiver in the NFL right now. And with Russell Wilson, instead of Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito, Drew Lock, and Tim F. Boyle, who the hell is Tim Boyle? Like, there's a shot that Neighbors eclipses what he did last year in just 15 games. Reminder, he missed 2 games. 109 catches, rather, over 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. Like, can we make the volume maybe go down a little bit, but the impactfulness a little bit more? Maybe it's 98 grabs for 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns. I think he's going to have a huge year this year. And you're also going to need some luck. You're going to need the injury gods to maybe take a year off from dooming the New York Giants. Like, injuries are always going to paint the picture. That's always the biggest thing. You're going to need your best players to stay healthy. You need Andrew Thomas to stay healthy. You need Dexter Lawrence to stay healthy. You need Burns. You need Carter. You need Malik Neighbors. But most importantly, you need this offensive line to stay healthy. They were not last year healthy. When they were decent. And I'll take a decent offensive line. You need 78 in there. If James Hudson's your starting left tackle, you're in trouble. No doubt about it. You need Andrew Thomas off the pup. And I think we could be getting potentially close to that. We'll continue to monitor that, though. You're also going to need some players to step up. Like, can John Michael Schmitz in year 3 show you why he was a second-round pick? Can Theo Johnson in year 2 meet the chatter that everyone at the Giants facility talks about? Can Bobby Okereke get back to the player he was the year before last? Can year 4 or year 3 Deonte Banks live up to being a first-round quarter? And can Tyler Nubin take that step as a year 2 safety after being a second-round pick? Like, there is a pathway that I can draw where the New York Giants are significantly better this year. Can they win the NFC East? Probably not. Is it possible? 1,000%. Anything can happen in the NFL. And anything can happen in the NFC East. But I do think there is a legitimate reason to be hopeful for the Giants this year. And I'm not just blowing smoke. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram @MarshallGreen_.